Good night. This is the Cutting Edge on RFM. We're there with you next Wednesday in June. Right, what a day, what a way. You have abundance of fruits in this part of Jamaica. Or this place called Jamaica. Abundance of fruits, man. May I tell you. Fruits here and fruits there. All in a Kingston there. I don't know how the garbage man them going to work it out and the fly them going to work it out, but the amount of mango where I see drop off a mango tree is unbelievable. Apparently the rain and the breeze just a blow off the mango them, so enough mango and jackfruit. I never see so much jackfruit in Jamaica though. So we get abundance of certain things. We get abundance of water. We get abundance of sunshine. May I tell you the place hot, Rasta. The place hot, man, 30 centigrade. I mean, it hot. But, may I tell you, Jamaica is a unique place in the scheme of things, man. Anytime things come hard, it come hard. Anytime it comes soft, it comes soft. But the mango thing, yeah, trust me, if you notice it, it come like the mango, them a bear enough and them a fall off, enough off of the tree. Only if a man can hustle off a mango this year, yeah. Yes, and help school fee. Yeah, man, help school fee. This is the Cutting Edge on RFM. We're there with you. Here goes. A burning spear. You know, a burning spear is the man who used the music to bring light to Marcus Garvey. In the minds and the heart of the people in Jamaica. The power of music is very important. Burning Spear from St. Andrew, so use the music to bring a kind of spotlight on Marcus Garvey. When a whole heap of ones did try to figure out about Marcus Garvey, it was the music of Burning Spear that did that. So, me did a show Cabo say me have a bus, a Marcus, well, not bus like driving a bus, but the bus like what them put up. Me have a bus of Marcus Garvey on my bookshelf there. Me could have get the university for put up in the university. Because everybody a claim so they must take long that one day. It look like the artist, I don't know if you know they are England. When Marcus Garvey did that, it looked like the artist did it when Marcus Garvey did sick. Maybe diabetic. And him just vision that and carve out that. The bus when me have in my yard look like you can't tell. If you ask a picnic, who know in a Marcus Garvey, say, when you see my bus, you know, say the little youth are going to say, a Marcus Garvey that. A Marcus Garvey that. So I don't know if the university want it. But I don't know which part they would have put it still. Believe you me, I don't know which part they would have put it. Burning Spear. Them want to fit go on stupid. Yeah, the man called Bunny Wailer. Coming through, Rise and Shine. So it's where the music take a turn, it's where the music go do. Yeah, and that's where the music go, you know, in the night, yeah. Yeah, man, and that's where the music go. So you must know, say, we're going to continue the journey. We have what you know, say, interesting tape we play tonight, yeah. It's a tape we play already. And it's a man where they did in the studio here with we already. And he was invited here by RFM already. And we're going to play a tape with him where we used to play before we even come to Jamaica. I didn't know, say, people in Jamaica know him. You know, the first, when him come here, he was very delighted that him hear about I hear about him, and him was very happy. That is Mutabaruka was interviewing him. But we want to play a tape tonight, and I think it's a very serious tape that most of my listeners who is Christians or Christian-hearted, Christian-minded should listen to. Because it is telling you some very interesting things that sometimes people don't want to hear these things. It's the weirdest thing. The most of things where I stand up and listen to about Rasta, I mean I talk about derogative things too. The amount of negative talk when me hear about Rasta from me and Rasta till now, I'm still there. So, I don't know. It's not so, you're not supposed to feel that way when you hear certain things that come out. Because there's a lot of things me used to say when me just start sight Rasta. A lot of things me used to say. And after years of experience and treading, life teach a different thing. And you just evolve. Evolution, nothing is wrong with evolution. Some people scared. Some people scared all doubting too. Doubting lead you to ask question, you know. Yeah, when you doubt something, it's the more you dig into it to see if it is so or not so. And them things they reach I as a youth I come up in a Rastafari, where I hear some man say some things that I doubt it and I couldn't really go hold on that, given my intelligence. Just like when I hear something people say about Christianity, I doubt them things there. And I couldn't go hold on them things because I say, I'm afraid of God or fear God and all them something there. Because I am a human being with intelligence. And I can decipher things. So, when you hear certain things, don't feel no way. Because if it brings a certain doubt in your mind, that doubt will lead you to question. And most of the time, the questions are answered. Somewhere or another, the questions seem to answer. This is the cutting edge on RFM. Yeah, this is the cutting edge on RFM. As we say, we have a tape for player, and we want you to take a listen to it. All those who hear it already, listen again. All those who never hear it, listen keenly. Yes, continue the journey. Here goes. Yes. And if I tell the children them the truth, you know, the same people them who tell you lies, say a lie, you tell. Can you imagine that? You tell the children them the truth, and the people them who tell them lie, I tell people them, tell the children them say a lie, you tell. But I know nothing. We have to continue the journey. We are continuing the journey because you're going to see what happen. Yeah, you're going to see what happen. Believe you me, you're going to see what happen. So Burns Pierce said them go like, them a take we stupid, them want we stupid. And them a act like them want we keep stupid. And Bob Marley come now say we're taking for granted too long. So all them record they will make you know. And all the people them want listen to me you know. All them words of excitement and revolution and upliftment and advancement and all them words that we have said over the years. On the exotic Rasta. I mean, you know what, some more singers come again, come to the same thing. There's nothing else that can be said new. Nothing. Everything that is supposed to say already. Them say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. But you know, most teacher come and dead and gone, and more about dead and gone. Harriet Tubman, that great woman who used to move Africans who became slaves in America from the south up to Canada. You know, a thing named the Underground Rail. Harriet Tubman say, I have freed so many slaves, but I could have freed more if only they knew they were slaves. And we're living in a place I know in a society now where a peer boss is slave, me see about the place. And them have where drink, liquor, sing and dance. And that is as far as the thing go. And those who not sing and dance, all them can think pan is a 9 to 5 work. For pay the bills. Go home, go sit down and tired. Can't eat good food. Dry food at daytime. Dry food at night time. Can't pay them water rate, light bill. I feel worry about them picnic and go to school. I feel worry if them man outside I give them money to a next woman. All of them things there. lick African people in this part of the world and other parts of the world. And we hear so much elevating songs and poetry and music. And we still stuck. What it take for African people come out of the stock, the dirty mud, the walla walla. It look like we love walla walla in a mud. You back against the wall and the wall rub off, you know, and you can't realize you back the wall rub off. Everything look like it had just first fade away. The man talk some things about guess what? The poor have nothing to get take away from again, you know. Looking at the rich man have. The poor man have nothing for you to take away again other than him life. Other than him life. It's only him life left now for you to take away. And it look like that them I don't know what take away life. Yeah. With them disease and them gun and all them things them that is necessary to deal with certain things that is holistic to health. It's a terrible thing. Terrible thing them do. Yeah, RFM, in association with the Cutting Edge, now present Jamaica Roots and Culture. Pat Clark.
Roots and Culture. I'm Pat Clark. One of the most distinguishing features of Jamaican culture is its music. The music of Jamaica includes Jamaican folk songs and many popular genres such as mento, ska, rocksteady, reggae, and dancehall. The island's music culture is a fusion of elements from African, European, North American, and neighboring Caribbean countries such as Trinidad and Tobago, home of calypso and soca. Reggae is especially popular through the international fame of Bob Marley. Jamaican music's influence on music styles in other countries includes the practice of toasting, which was brought to New York City and evolved into rapping. British genres such as lovers rock and grime are also influenced by Jamaican music. Mento is a style of Jamaican music that predates and has greatly influenced ska and reggae music. Mento typically features acoustic instruments such as acoustic guitar, banjo, and hand drums, and the rumba box. The rumba box carries the bass part of the music. Lord Flea and Count Lasher are two of the more successful Mento artists. Well-known Mento songs include Deo, Jamaica Farewell, and Linstead Market. Ska is a music genre that originated in Jamaica in the late 1950s and was a precursor to rocksteady and reggae. Ska combined elements of Caribbean mento and calypso with American jazz and rhythm and blues. The first ever ska recording was made by Count Ozzy, a Nyabingi drummer from the Rasta community. It is characterized by a walking bass line accented with rhythms on the upbeat. In the early 1960s, ska was the dominant music genre of Jamaica and was popular on the international scene. Music historians typically divide the history of ska into three periods. The original Jamaican scene of the 1960s, that first wave, and then the English two-tone ska revival of the late 1970s, the second wave, and the third wave ska movement, which started in the 1980s. And it rose to popularity in the U.S. in the 1990s. The recent revival of Jamaican jazz attempts to bring back the sound of early Jamaican music artists of the late 1950s. The annual Jazz Festival is an attempt to keep this alive. Ska was followed by rocksteady, which was the music of Jamaica's rude boys. It evolved by the mid-1960s when the Wailers and the Clarendonians dominated the charts. Desmond Decker's 007 brought international attention to the new genre. The mix put heavy emphasis on the bass line, as opposed to ska's strong horn section, and the rhythm guitar began playing on the upbeat. Sessions music like Supersonic's Soul Vendors, Jets, and Jackie Me Too of the Scatlites became popular during this period. In the late 1960s, reggae emerged and was popularized in large part due to the international success of artists like Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Bunny Wailer. Marley was viewed as a Rastafarian musical messenger by some fans, particularly throughout the Caribbean, Africa, and among Native Amerindians and Australian Aborigines. His music about love, redemption, and natural beauty captivated audiences, and he gained headlines for negotiating truces between the two opposing political parties in Jamaica at the One Love concert. During the 1980s, the most popular music styles in Jamaica were dancehall and reggae. Dancehall is essentially toasting with a musical accompaniment, including a basic drum beat, most often played on electric drums. The lyrics moved away from the political and spiritual lyrics popular in the 1970s and concentrated more on less serious issues. Dancehall is characterized by the use of computerized beats and sequenced melodic tracks. Jamaica's music continues to evolve today, and its influence on world music continues to be phenomenal. And now, to end Jamaican roots and culture, here's our famous quotation from the Black diaspora. Your world is as big as you make it. The words of Georgia Douglas Johnson. For Jamaica Roots and Culture, I'm Pat Clark.
Jamaica is waiting. We are the whole people waiting. Jamaica is waiting. Jamaica
Yes, Pat Clark, may I tell you, well put together, man. Believe you me, well put together. Should I take the whole of them there and put on a CD? I wonder if Shane Clark will listen to me. We should have take the whole of them thing and put on a CD, Rasta. Believe you me, I send go to school them. You think we're not going to do it? You think we're not going to do it? Watch and see. You go and see it come out. Jamaica Roots and Culture. Narrated by Pat Clark. Produced by Mutabaruka. Watch and see. Before the year, as a matter of fact, like what them celebrate again, 55 years. So next year they must celebrate big 56 years. Because usually you have them celebration like when it reach like silver, go like 25 years or 50 years or 100 years. And the first year, some country celebrate. Why they must have some money there? Well, I don't know. I can't hold on for some of them money there. How I can't hold on for some of them money there? Believe you me. Anyway, next week, the 1st of July is Reggae Day. Reggae Day. You know, 2 programs are back. We did a feature. Scientists for one and Big Youth for another next one. We are told that we're going to have the originator of that Reggae Day soon in the studio, will we? We talk to her a moment about what is our thing, what is going to happen on the 1st of July. And then, as we said before, we have this tape to play, and we're going to play it. We are going to play it. It's 1 hour long, and we're going to play it. It's a lecture by Ray Higgins, Dr. Ray Higgins. And for those of you who know, say, Marcus Garvey's celebration has come round again, and he came here for Marcus Garvey's celebration. And this year, you have quite a few ones who is coming. And it look like it getting international now, that people is actually coming in to celebrate Marcus Garvey Earth Day with IRI FM, because it's the only celebration of that magnitude that is going on surrounding Marcus Garvey in Jamaica. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? And we understand about independence celebration, and we understand that the independence celebration is one of which a lot of people hold pride to. Yet still, people question the idea of Jamaica being independent and having a governor general. People question that. Say, how come we independent and having a governor general? We should be a republic. Because when you go to the court, them say, John Tam versus the crown, instead of John Tam versus the people. So the crown is the ultimate. And the governor general represents the queen in Jamaica. So people question that idea of independence with a governor general and being in the Commonwealth too. Because that is also part of the neocolonialism that surrounds the so-called independence of a country. When you maintain certain things, like even the Privy Council, you know, people say that, how can you say you are independent and you hold on these things? Well, one would have hoped that Marcus Garvey birthday would be an auspicious occasion in Jamaica, a grand occasion in Jamaica, just like Independence Day. Maybe I am really asking for too much of these politicians and these government people. And I'm glad that a private entity take the initiative to create a grand day around Marcus Garvey. A big day around Marcus Garvey where thousands of people can gather to remember and celebrate Marcus Garvey. Because even though it is the Jamaican politician government at the time that actually named Marcus Garvey the first national hero, but that is almost a token, like the statue in the University of the West Indies. Because after they do that, that is it. People only remember, say, Marcus Garvey did born on the 17th of August, and him come from St. Anne's Bay, and him went into America, and him have an organization named the UNIA. Most times when I speak to students at the University of the West Indies, and I tell them, say, well, Marcus Garvey did have a organization named the UNIA. Anybody here know what UNIA mean? None of them. Then one of them push out them finger and say, Unity Negro, improvement, and some association. Them don't know. Them don't know. Your man, if you say UNIA is a word name, Un-I-Ha. But I don't want to complicate the issue. So, what we are saying is that it's really ironic that Marcus Garvey give the world, the black world, so much to ponder on. Marcus Garvey has given his life for the redemption of African people. Marcus Garvey is the most popular Pan-Africanist in the history of Pan-Africanism and organizing Africans all over the world. And him come from Jamaica. Yet, still, it take a little radio station in a St. Anne where Marcus Garvey come from, founded by a little half Chinaman. If we say, look here, if it's one thing to do IRFM, you see that the Marcus Garvey celebration, don't let it out. Don't let it out. Marcus Garvey celebration must take place. And yet still, we see them as celebrate something, spend millions of dollars to have people in a stadium, a courtesy and a jump round and a this and a that and a that. I mean, I say them not to do it. Me not say them not to do it, you know. Me just say, one would have hope that the government would look into a grand celebration surrounding Marcus Mosiah Garvey, given that he's almost the father, if not almost neither, the father of Pan-Africanism and the father of unity as it comes to African people all over the world, who has influenced so many black liberation struggle in the world. Black liberation struggle. So, we want to tell the people them that this year, IRFM again is stepping up to the plate to celebrate Marcus Mosiah Garvey birthday. And as usual, it will be on a Sunday. You know, say, anytime it starts on Sunday, you know, say early morning at sunrise to sun go down. It could have go longer this time. You understand? And as I said before, a lot of people will coming in. As soon as I get the name them, I will tell the people them. A lot of people will be coming in. It has now become an international event where you have doctors, what them call it, philosophers and anthropologists and all these people. It's asking, not being invited, you know. It's asking if they can come and partake of this momentous occasion. We give thanks to Cabo for maintain it. Give thanks that she hold on. And even though sometimes it look away, but we know say it have to continue. It's part of the mandate. And me I say that Cabo go that's where we get that from. Cabo go that's not go there and that's it. Wait, how we Muta get that from? Both part of the mandate IRFM. IRFM have been keeping Marcus Garvey Earth Day long time. You understand? We have so much people here. I can remember a lot of the people that will come in, we're bringing here. I mean, who can forget Ben Buchanan coming here twice too? Who can forget Ray Against create disturbance in the Christian world as a person, old person, come here, come this man club the minds of the people them who did a whole on for certain thinking. You know, too numerous to mention, believe you me. Too numerous to mention. And this year is no different. We're glad. So we're a part of that procession. Yes. And the process is necessary. And we hope that a lot of people, it would be nice if other radio stations, I don't know if IRFM would want that, but I would hope that other radio stations would come on board, and agencies that recognize the importance of Marcus Garvey to the development of the mind and the soul of black people. Yes. Bully for things where me as now. If we did hold on for Marcus Garvey philosophy and opinions and see it as something befitting like the Constitution of Jamaica or the Bible, a whole heap of things that are different. Because Marcus Garvey philosophy and opinions is direct, where all the other things them is obscure. All the other things them can be interpreted in different ways. The Bible is supposed to be a universal book. But the university of that book, cannot be pinpointed to particular cultures, because you have to give away certain culture to embrace the Bible. And sometimes you have to give away your own culture to embrace Bible doctrine. what the Bible does is to say, look here now, forget all what you ever know and come to this. Because this now is the ultimate. This is what it's all about. So no matter what culture you are in, whether you're a Chinese, whether you're a Indian, whether you come from, whether you're a cannibal, this is where it is all about. In the name of one name, Jesus. So nobody business about your African culture. Because that is some devil thing. It is not specific to cultures. You have to wipe away your culture and come to this new world order. New world order where everyone have to think one way. Well, I now give up my Africanness for no Bible talk. Because things and times change. And you can't live in some 4,000, 5,000 years doctrine with some primitive people who never have nowhere to live but a wander in a desert and all them places. And come tell me now, say, me must follow certain laws that them have. And the people them who make the law not following it. Because I am told by Jews that most Jews are atheists. Yes, I am told by Jews that most Jews are atheists. But now I must take up a book that was written for a group of people 4,000, 5,000 years ago and come and put it in the 21st century now and try to live accordingly. No way, Jose. Whosoever Jose is. He's a drunken man, but I don't want to say no way, Jose, again. But I say to you, the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey is a direct book written direct to a specific people, African people. There is no turnaround, go round interpretation, personal interpretation of the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey, because it is the philosophy of one man and the opinion of one man. The Bible and the Constitution of Jamaica is the philosophy of many men. Many men sit down and construct the Constitution of Jamaica, and many men sit down and I don't remember, and I'm going to say that word, because I forget about that word. Because I'm going to hear some people say, I'm going to pay Cabo $1 million to take that boy off of the radio. I'm gone too far now. But the Bible was written by many men. Many men. There's no book in there that was written by any woman. You have a book in there that was written about woman, but none was written by any woman. So you can see where it was going. That God did not put a spirit in any woman to write down any word. And we don't even sure who them say write the book, them write it neither. Because we did hear that it's Moses write Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, but there's nowhere in there that Moses say I. He speaks in the third person continuously if it's him attack. I don't see a man write 5 books and does a write in the third person. And Moses went up into the mountain and a Moses attacked. That is sound like a very narcissistic person. And Moses said unto the Lord, and Pharaoh, and Moses said unto Pharaoh, and Pharaoh said unto Moses. And is Moses a write that? Believe you me. And furthermore, Moses did stammer, he couldn't talk. But then all of a sudden, him and Pharaoh and him started to talk. It's a terrible thing. Anyway, we're now go back into that. But we have to say that Marcus Garvey celebration is coming true, and we would hope that people take stock and recognize how important Marcus Garvey is to the scheme of the thing them. You understand? Okay. Yes. Liquor eye, man, may I tell you? Only by youth no know that youth la bridging there. Big man now, liquor eye. First man to sing Prophecy. Freddie McGregor sing it over. First man to sing Tribal War. George Nook sing it over. John will sing it over. Big tune them there. So here we are say now. We hear say African artists, a reggae artists, dancehall artists, accompany reggae. Some face, my brace. Yes, some face. We hear say African artists accompany some face. We like that because we see African artists accompany Sunsplash, and we say, hey, oh, by the way, who are you know all the people them who them call it WhatsApp way and say Muta, we like you connect Sunsplash with Sumfest and show from them time there what Sunsplash was in a those time. Believe you me, and the people them say them really appreciate that we are called for the artists them really recognize that we need some more artists to make just like when last week Ronnie Burke said when Bob Marley got to him and said him want come on Sunsplash, the hotel them cark up with foreigner. Granted that we do have an artist of that magnitude in a reggae right now where if you call him name and put him on some face, you go and say the hotel him full of pure foreigner till all the local them can't get no space. But within the levels, when we talk about artists looking upon some face as something that if them go upon it, maybe a whole heap of more foreigners will choose to make the trek to Jamaica. It's a very interesting thing. So we give thanks for all the people them say that, as we say, we hear that African artists are going to upon it. We want to find out the name of the African artist. You know, so many have the name and forget it. Anyway, by tomorrow, me figure it out. We want to talk to him because I know some never come as and we know say Rebel Salute did have an African artist pan theme Rebel Salute already. And by the way, when they tell you say we are going to be one of the MC them, we have to tell the people them, at least we must catch between me and Ellis Kelly and Ron Bushet, must catch a couple hundred people in there as MC. Yes. We must catch a couple hundred people there. Maybe that's why they put up on it too. Because them know say MC, like we can draw people to the white things that we have fans Rebel Salute so much time. Okay. We're going to continue the journey, and then as we say, we're going to play this tape and see what will happen after. All right. So make we play this tune and work out with life from that song. Yeah, this is the cutting edge. All right, now we have a guest in the studio. My long time friend from Florida. She is the author, the creator, the motivator. I don't know what else she is behind, in front of this Reggae Day festival that is happening physically, in your mind, on the internet. Andrea, good afternoon, good night.
Good night.
No, look at all. Me don't know about you, but me never know say you're late for things, Mama.
My apologies.
No, if you didn't, you should have done it and then you wouldn't have to apologize. So you're going to do it and then apologize.
So true.
Eh?
But unavoidable. No disrespect, that's unavoidable.
I don't disrespect.
No, everybody's time valuable. So when you're late, it's almost like you didn't check anybody else's time. But that's not the case. You know, me I tell my... Sanjay. You know me I tell... Sanjay. You know me I tell her? I say, look here. You see, me advertise, I'm going to play this tape. I'm going to play this tape. I'm going to sit down in there and wait till the tape. Yeah, man, me wait. Come late.
No, but you know, when you're not going to wait, about 5 minutes to 2.
All right, but there with you, man.
Anyway, once again, you really push it hard. I would say, you get more
help now than before, or I just see him reluctance if you say it's a good thing for happen?
Both.
Both why?
May I get more help than before from certain places.
Yeah.
But we're still not getting the kind of help that
Would make it
it deserves and to really execute it at the vision we see it first, But we've been growing it for so many years.
How much years? How much years ago?
23.
So you do it for you 22?
Something close. Yeah. But you know, vision take a while to seed.
Yeah. But why you get old?
We don't have time to waste.
You have in a wheelchair,
right?
You know, see. But you're going good, you know. Yeah, you're going good because every year you just relentlessly dead upon it, and we see. Me see it can develop into a thing because me see people online, you know, and really I recognize how important it is. And Reggae Day is void of any political religious attitude.
No man, it's all about the music.
It's all about the music.
And the lifestyle culture that come with that.
Come with the music. All right.
You know, and while it still has miles to go in what it can do in Kingston and in Jamaica, in general, it has gone miles ahead of itself internationally. So even now we have things happening from Beijing to Sao Paulo, from, Miami to London.
2 years ago, I said I can't go to Brazil, you know.
Let's don't carry, man.
You see, you're waiting me in a wheelchair.
No, man. Look how long you tell me if it's the dub. You see, this year we're finally saluting the art of dub.
But look, me I tell you if you do dub from before.
Before dub start happening, yeah. That's true.
I know you do it. All right, tell me where we're going July the 1st.
All right. Yeah. So, all of the media who are participating, which include IRFM, will be playing some special slices and pieces about not just dub, but the music from the roots to the branches. So it's about revisiting the diversity and the quality of what Jamaican music means to the world of music. And then throughout the day there are going to be brands around the island who are having specials. Because I want to encourage people to really support creativity. And it's not just a lip service, it takes cash to care. So you want to take the time to really recognize all of the creative, innovative talent that exists in this country and support it, you know, whether it's music or art or film or fashion or dance or food. You know, so that whole lifestyle texture is really what Reggae Day is about, the creatives. It's about the industry that can come out of that creative. So we're supporting all of that, and then there's going to be a fabulous street dance in Kingston on the waterfront. That from
street dance, like when them have Independence Festival, you block up the road and no car, no drive go down.
No car don't drive down there.
Okay, that means nobody not drive through the crowd and
No, we don't. No, especially not in these times.
Yeah. All right, so
it's on the waterfront.
When you say on the waterfront, it sounds like which part them keep the show them in front of Victoria Pier.
Exactly.
All right, that's all.
All right, that's all.
Which part them have the
where the UDC parking is, right across from UDC and Digicel. Right in front of UDC and Digicel and on the water itself.
I see Digicel, you know, but I know I see UDC. Which part UDC?
Ocean Boulevard.
Yeah, but I know that's what them have to show them.
No, further up, them used to have further up.
Past Victoria, past King Street.
Right.
You go east.
So this is between Orange and West.
Oh, so it's between Orange Street and West Street.
Right.
Or in front, near Digicel, that's all.
In front of Digicel and UDC.
They usually have the marathon.
There you go.
Oh, and that's where you have it?
Yeah, and on the street right there.
Oh, not in the car park you have it?
Both.
You're serious? You mean from Port Royal Street or from West Street?
On Ocean Boulevard. Ocean is the one that run in front.
North-south?
Yes.
It run north-south? Because, you know, Port Royal Street run east-west.
Right. This one
and West Street run north-south.
Right.
I mean south-north.
On south-north.
Yeah, south-north, right.
So run east-west then.
If you face uptown, it's not that, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
so this is perpendicular to that. It run east-west.
Oh, so it run east-west.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Right along the waterfront.
Yeah. I know this part about more
clear.
Exactly where, because I think kind of the car park you know put it.
So think about the road that's right in front of the car park.
Yes.
That's where it is.
Okay.
Between that space there.
All right. So so you have a street dance.
So we have street
and how long this thing go on the whole day?
From 4 in the afternoon till 2 in the morning.
Till 2 in the morning.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of activities. They're going to have skateboarding and BMX bikes with Skateboard Palace as a partner.
BMX bikes, so like me, can come ride.
Right, and they'll be doing a lot of giveaways in the early part of the day, so we encourage the youth them to come through, and because it's a very popular sport, growing both of those right now. They're introducing it to Jamaican, Jamaican athletes. We're so athletic, there's nothing we can't do, so this is another avenue for another set of athletes to kind of take. Yeah, man.
So we can bring the skateboard then?
Bring your skateboard in, man.
All right. Remember electric skateboard, you know?
Easy, no?
Think my word easy. Remember electric.
I hope it have some lights on the side.
No, I hope it have brakes. All right.
So the whole day going to have food and booths. There'll be shopping. Again, it's a sale day, so we want to come down, people, and support the arts. So a lot of the booths that are there with food and fashion and books and all kind of things will be nice, and selectors throughout the days. We have some special surprise guest artists passing through, and the mayor will be presenting the keys to the city to Beresford Hammond, and Marcia Griffiths, Bunny Wheeler, and Ernie Smith. And we are also honoring Mr. Beres Hammond as a living legend, along with the artists and the poets and the innovators you have been recognizing each week, and we give thanks for that. For the salute to the art of dub.
Scientists.
Roy, Mad Professor, Josh Shaka.
Should I bring in Mad Professor for play too, you know?
He's on the 1st of July at Reggae Day London. He's going to be at the university.
It would be nice to really connect with the dub.
Yeah.
The dub vibes down at the street dance.
I'm still trying to get one surprise out of England, but I will say it when I know it.
No, Josh Shaka?
No, they will be a part of the Reggae Day England.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's going to be a thing at the University of Westminster.
International.
Yes. Yes.
That's sweet.
The connection between Jamaica and England, not only in terms of the colonial history, but the musical history and the migratory history is so deep and trapped. Yeah, man.
Go up there, my boy Lollipop and them tune there. Did boss up there, so.
Yeah.
Alton Ellis. Only for them Ken Boot.
It's easily the single biggest, most important market for Jamaica.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So tell me something. You manage to go through all of them something, and you just go on, so I'm going to see I lose no weight.
But it's not in the right places. I may lose it too. But I build a different muscle every year. What this blueprint has taught me over the years, while it hasn't paid big cash in my pocket, it has given me lessons I couldn't pay for.
Of course.
Both about human nature and about the power of this music. And the power of a blueprint that doesn't come from you but through you.
Through you, yes.
So the journey doesn't always have a clear picture, but somehow it guides itself to where it's supposed to be. So like I said, right now, we are on the ocean boulevard, on the waterfront with a street dance in Kingston while we connect 30-odd cities around the world. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. When you did live in Florida, you didn't think you don't want to do something like this? I'm going to tell the people themselves
we know each other. Florida. Yeah, for about 30 years now.
Yeah.
That time I was going to school there.
Yeah. So you never think about that. How long ago you started to say, I was really instituted a reggae day?
You know what inspired this? When Nelson Mandela and Winnie Mandela came to Jamaica.
Okay.
And Mrs. Mandela spoke to a group of women down in Oceana. And I was lucky to be in that room. And when I heard her speak about the power of reggae music,
as it prepared to their party at time.
That they would corner in dark listening to white label versions of Marley and Tosh to give them inspiration and motivation to oppose something that was so oppressive. And I was like, then if you can do this for people so far away, what is it not doing? What's wrong? Why it's not doing it here? Because there seemed to have been at that time like a disconnect between the power and the impact of the music here and the power and the impact of the music overseas.
Yes. Africa and Europe.
Yeah. And one of the things I realized, having just come home at that point, is that what I was hearing on radio, which at that time was an even more dominant medium than it is now in the age of mobile and internet and everything else that makes more options available, was that there was a heavy dose of overseas music and not enough dose of Jamaica.
Yeah.
So this idea of inviting media to take a day and really kind of stir the pot and dig a little deeper rather than just the top 40 or the latest 10 and juggle the music, because there's so much rich fiber and
vibrant, yes,
catalog there to build on.
Hold on there. We're going to come forward to Andrea in a moment. The time is 12 o'clock. This is Cutting Edge on RFM. We're talking to Andrea Davis, the person or the sister who is responsible for the Reggae Day every year. And we want to tell people them know that Reggae Day was long before Reggae Month. Before Bruce Goldie didn't know him got on Prime Minister, when he was just NDM from the NDM days. This little sister did have a Reggae Day a go on.
Yeah.
And nobody never pick it up. Nobody never pick it up. I just go on till what you know.
Ones and ones over the years, including I have supported every step that it took to get where we are.
Yeah.
I also nothing good not come easy, and
you have to just go on.
Sometimes you're ahead of the curve, you just have to wait for the curve to catch up. So where we are now in terms of looking at the brand that is Jamaica and understanding the power that is the soundtrack of reggae is where Reggae Day born. So that we're finally full circle, when the space has now come to terms with that, it's a more fertile time perhaps for new relationships, new partnerships, and we don't lose hope because we know it's the right thing. We know the formula and blueprint is so flexible and so versatile, and it is seasoned not only by the opportunities that are here, but the realities of overseas. I've traveled from China to Brazil, from Africa to North America, and the power of Jamaican music is vast, as you have, and you can testify. So, it's taken us a while in Jamaica to truly appreciate and understand what a creative economy could mean for this country, and what the power of innovation and creativity that Jamaica has proven itself to be able to deliver on a sustainable basis. If we ever harness that human resource in a way we haven't done yet.
I don't know if you hear the program last week with Ronnie Burke and Green, where they talk about from Sunsplash to Sumfest.
It's funny you mentioned that, because Don was on the panel in 2015 when we were looking at everything from the return of vinyl to the importance of Sunsplash. And Sunsplash is important in the history of the music, not only because it was the first reggae festival and the one on which every other reggae festival is built, but it demonstrates in a very meaningful way what the power of the music can mean, not only to the artists and the promoters put it in the hand, but to the country and the economy. That, I'm sure you pointed out in the story, when Sunsplash came about, it filled empty rooms in Montego Bay.
It opened
Montego Bay.
Well, Ronnie Burke make the point that the next year, because the first year Bob Marley never had on it, and Bob Marley called him and say, you can't have festival like that, I don't have me on it. And him say, all right, next year I'm going to put you on it. And when it was announced that Bob Marley would have on it, the whole of Montego Bay full up. And I had testimony to that, because I go down there for the first time. You understand? But Sumfest, it reached now Sumfest. We see Sumfest a draw crowd, but in terms of the international crowd now, what you think is needed and necessary for Sumfest reach the level where it's not only local Jamaicans tonight, but because people always want the foreigners to come, all the while. And just like them import in a them country, them import local Jamaican artists in a Europe. We would really love to see the foreigner them come to Jamaica.
Well,
what do you think Sumfest could have do?
I think not only Sumfest, I think the reality is that we live in a space that is moving towards 3 million visitors a year. One festival alone can't satisfy it.
Well, we have Rebel Salute too.
But we need more than that. This is a 24-hour. This is a 24-hour soundtrack.
Yeah.
This is a 12-month-a-year activity.
Yeah.
This is, there is more reggae festival in Poland in the summer than in Jamaica, the home of Jamaican music and reggae music. Something is wrong.
Germany.
We should be able to sustain festival and event experiences every week in this country because we are a creative mecca. It don't stop New York or any other place from having things going on constantly. This idea that we can only do one festival here and one festival here.
Yeah, one festival June summer.
Shatter that. Yeah. The opportunities are there, and you see that same appeal and demand that the personalities and artists that have built this brand out into the world, they have the ability to bring them into Jamaica. They have the ability to invite them, just like Bob did. To come, because it's 7 billion people in the planet.
But there's no artist. All right.
No, every artist have an audience.
Yeah, I could go back to Sumfest. What you think Sumfest can do to draw visitors like some Splash used to draw the Rebel Salute? What do you think them can do to draw the visitors here? Well,
if they can capture again that there's an energy. I remember Sunsplash. I remember my first Sunsplash as one of the most life-changing experiences as a music fan.
Yeah.
Sunsplash. I remember Dennis Brown on the morning in white suit. Of course. I remember me and you watching Lucky the Bay.
Yes.
You understand? And watching Super Cat and watching, the not only the music that came on the stage, but the energy in the park. Everything from the reggae bed. You understand, to the morning breakfast, all of that is that's what makes Coachella. That's what makes Sunsplash. That kind of authentic texture is what the traveling visit is, what the traveling fan is looking for. They don't want to go hear some music and hear a big pretty city. They want to come into some kind of real texture. And sometimes I think sometimes we do this thing, we polish it so clean till it loses its shine.
True, man.
So some of the over corporatization, and there's a way for corporate to engage without becoming like neon signs everywhere, and there's something about the aesthetics.
There's something about the bamboo style, them.
All of that feel.
And
the
rock
natural.
and there's something about it.
You have to allow for that. So
because when you go far in it, that you see,
that is the essence of what they're touching.
Pure red, gold, and green all over the place.
Zinc and Panman and dub tents, and we don't even know what dub really means to the world. But the dub is as big out there as reggae music.
Yes, of course.
Right, and dub has influenced music so far and broad from
techno,
from dubstep.
Scientists that talk about it, that is scientists make a good point when them say is we make the people them who make bass box, sell bass box, and not only that, make foreign artists now start to rethink the bass in their music because reggae covered that heavy bass line. So everybody call him say rock and roll now have no bass,
True. But that heartbeat and that grounding that come with reggae music is really one of the things. I remember, you talk about the difference between a Sumfest and a Sunsplash, and sometimes the technology gets so what's the word? It gets so fine tuned. That it lose the bottom end. It gets it out of the way. And my family, a reggae festival like Sunsplash brings back memories of music that's playing with such intensity that I feel it in my chest. And I don't get that from a lot of shows I'm seeing.
What I think is because of the music itself.
That's true too.
Because the music itself don't rely upon the bass. Because the dancehall music is almost like rock music. It appeals to the high end. I don't know, the hype of the thing, rather than the depth.
I feel like there's less music in the music.
Yeah, well,
there's more records on the shelf, but less music in the music.
There's more music I make, but no records.
Exactly. It's only on the phone.
Yeah. iTunes, iMeTune, YouTube.
Okay.
All right. So remind the people them again. The 1st of July. Tell me from you get up till the day and what will happen.
Streaming online on ireggaeday.com, you'll be able to follow if you're not able to come to Kingston. What's happening in town as well as what's happening in different parts of the world. People like Latonya Styles is going to be teaching a dance class from Santiago, Chile. That will be a July 1 event that will be streamed in. There will be a panel and film screening at the university.
Your stream Lantonette
from Chile.
She's in Chile?
She's in Chile for July 1.
You're serious?
Yeah.
We're jealous, you know?
Yeah. Maisie One is going to be on a boat in Bangkok. Nadine Harris is going to be doing yoga in New York. So there's all kind of different things. Muta is going to be on the waterfront teaching Jamaican people about dub again.
No, I don't teach, play the music.
But you see, life is about learning every minute.
Yeah.
So classroom is not where education lives.
Yeah.
It is
but you're going to tell no teaching. But
give you a fresh appreciation, people. Because, a lot of times, when those of us who are able to travel and see what the music is doing out there, when you see the level of intensity, respect and appreciation and embrace of the authentic Jamaican sound that the youths overseas are doing.
Let me tell you something, Mama. Last year I had one of the most eye-opening experience I ever have. I was invited to Austria to a dub festival named Rise and Shine Dub Festival. See? And it is like 4 days. When we say dub music, I'm going to tell you how dub them is now. I drive in the car, I come with the bridge, and I said, so tell me something. What kind of music would you expect me to play? He said, dub. So I say, I just feel him out now. I say, like Chronics. He said, no. Dub.
Better come with some tubby.
Yeah, the brother, I have mentioned all of the artists, them now, up front and dangerous, And the only one, them never give, like, and tell me, say, no, it's Burning Spear.
Hello. Marcus Garvey dub.
That album there. The only one, when I tell him, say, all right, so I can't get some Marcus, say, yeah, man, sure. It's when I go at the festival, Rasta. Can you imagine 4 nights? And say, double hard, then it's singing, So I just be a rhythm and echoes and this and that.
It's where the engineer become the artist.
The engineer and the artist, I mean, I tell you, say, I enjoy myself totally.
Yeah.
And guess what? I could have count the amount of black people, including myself, on my finger, where they're there.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I count the amount of black people there, including myself. And this is happening in our bush, in our grapevine, I mean, when you look at it, up here grape, here's a vineyard, up here grape, yes, it goes straight. And for 4 days, the people them inside are celebrate Jamaican music.
Jamaica is really behind the ball in terms of understanding where we are in the fabric of global culture. There is so much opportunity. That's why I said this idea of us having 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 festivals a year is foolishness. We need to be, and the division between capital and culture in this country needs to start like meld, because the opportunities are there just like it is in so many other new areas like energy. There's a lot of opportunity and potential sitting right in front of us, sitting right here, not only to nurture the next generation so that we can sustain us having 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 festivals a year is foolishness. We need to be, and the division between capital and culture in this country needs to start like meld, because the opportunities are there just like it is in so many other new areas like energy. There's a lot of opportunity and potential sitting right in front of us, sitting right here, not only to nurture the next generation so that we can sustain this legacy we have created, just like we have with Bolt and stuff, us having 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 festivals a year is foolishness. We need to be, and the division between capital and culture in this country needs to start like meld, because the opportunities are there just like it is in so many other new areas like energy. There's a lot of opportunity and potential sitting right in front of us, sitting right here, not only to nurture the next generation so that we can sustain this legacy we have created, just like we have with Bolt and Sports, of a generational passing on of some genetic code that allows us to innovate and create at will, and whether it's food or art, whether it's film or dance, whether it's, literature or music, we have a gene.
Yeah, definitely.
And
right now
the air have something in it, and the water have something in it. But there's something about we and our descendants that give us that edge in the world that make us one of the 3 global giants in culture.
Give thanks, Mama. And I say, as I said, the 1st of July, all day, and it
man, everybody go
and
pick up
as Andrea Williams. It's Andrea Davis we are talking to. We're sistering for years. And she is the one who is responsible for Reggae Day, and you just hear me talking about it, and it's going to end up down Ocean Boulevard, downtown. So, for those of you here, so people might say, we are talking about dub and this and about Jamaican go for dancehall, so it's dancehall like a packed place, not dub music and not reggae right now. It's a weird thing, because the taste right now of the foreign consumer and the Jamaican consumer look kind of different. So dancehall, from Sunsplash time to dancehall used to be the big night, but then it never deterred from the other music. It was side by side, but nowadays it come like, I don't know, side by side now work. No side by side now work, and then the dancehall and the dancehall again, and some fusion of hip hop with some white soul. Well, when I call white soul, some white music have penetrated some. What's your name? Where the girl named Paris says that she have 1 billion followers. The first person to have 1 billion followers, and this white girl named Terry, Larry. What's your name? Talk to me, Sanjay. Oh gosh, why you're disappointed? Make me hear it.
Paris.
No, Paris.
Paris Hilton.
No, man, no Paris Hilton me talk.
Oh, Kardashian?
Oh, me a old man, I know them something the rest. It's a singer me talk about, man.
Oh, singer?
She named Perry, man. So.
Oh, Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. No, not well, hey. Me younger than you know. Me a dinosaur, but me younger than you know. Well, you know my mind. Me program manager who me a work on for how much years now say. Me a 17-year-old. I may look older, but I am 17. Cabo Mahat Hero. Me a work on that for 20 years. You understand? And at she tell me at 17, then she look at me, she say, Muta, you're 17-year-old, you know. You understand? So me know Katy Perry. I know Katy Perry. I don't make me there struggle. And look at all this a while now. She's younger than everybody else inside her. So she could have been the youngest person I work at RFM. And she don't know who me attack. Them say Katy Perry have 1 billion followers. The first people, somebody on Twitter have so much people are followers. 1 billion people. And me I say now, anyway, we stop talking about that. This is the cutting edge at RFM.
Yeah, all right. So we're going to present Ray Against, the man who has been in the studio with Ray a while back. You understand? So, without further ado, here we go.
All right? And I say that because I find out, brothers and sisters, that sometimes things are said that are virtually unbearable for some people. Like I said on the radio this morning, y'all remember that scene in A Few Good Men? For those who saw that movie, where Jack Nicholson was sitting on the stand in the courtroom, and the man said, "I want the truth," and Jack Nicholson said, "You can't handle the truth." I found out a lot of our people can't handle the truth. They really can't. But I still got to give it. It's almost like surgery, So if I say something that is a little bit outside of your realm of awareness, please exercise intellectual vigilance. And instead of shutting me down, and instead of shutting your own mind down, make note of what I said that you don't understand and go do your research. Okay? Go do your homework on it. Go verify what I said. If I'm saying something that you don't know anything about, how can you say anything about it? Right? Okay, so having said that, let's get into the message for today. As you see, the subject of today's message is Nicaea, 325 AD. AD stands for Anno Domini. It does not stand for after the death of. Okay? Anno Domini is Latin, which means in the year of our Lord. What's really deep, brothers and sisters, is this really ought to tell you something. How the Gregorian calendar has been completely adjusted around the existence of someone that the Roman Catholic Church made up. That's some deep stuff. I mean, they actually started counting time down up to a certain point, you know, BC, or BCE before the Common Era. Then it comes to a certain point in history, and then they start counting up again. Okay? So here we have, this is 2006. Right? According to who? You mean tell me we've only been here 2006 years? No. Actually, I think this is 6,746. According to, if I'm correct on that, according to, and that's called after the founding of Kemet, AFK. So according to the ancient African calendar, or the first stellar calendar, this year would be 6,746. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Okay? Now we got a problem with that. Okay? Because that's after the founding of Kemet. That's just the calendar found in Egypt. You follow what I'm saying? And those of you who are going with us to Kemet this year, you'll get at the Temple of Dendera, you'll get to see the first stellar observatory there. You'll get to see the first zodiac that was used. Okay? Which they copied all that from. Now it's some deep stuff, because if we're talking 6736 or 6736 after the founding of Kemet, and yet Kemet is the child of Ethiopia. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Okay? And the civilization that came into Kemet with full knowledge of the math, of math and sciences and horticulture, out of agriculture. Y'all follow me? So how far back does African consciousness really go? If you do some research on what is called the Hutu and the Twa, you'll see that their history dates back almost 400,000 years. What number did I just say, y'all? Almost 400,000 years of history of African people. Why don't they want us to know this? In order for those who have been misled to begin to see correctly, and you need to understand, y'all, a lot of us don't see correctly. We see what we've been given to see. We see through the lenses that were assigned to us. And in order for us to begin to see correctly, we must have a clear analytical understanding of the origin, the strategies, the mechanics, the purpose, and methods of the device that has blinded us in the first place. Now let's look back at that. First of all, have you identified the device that got you blind? Think with me. Have you identified it? Most of you have not. Most of you say, the white man. Okay. And then how do you address that? You have to specifically identify the device that has miseducated you. Look at its origin. Go to the origin of it. Look at the strategy inculcated into it. What is the strategy behind your blindness? What's up with that? What is the mechanics of it? What is the purpose of it? Why have they purposed to miseducate you? Why? and then look at the methods that they have used to implement their design. And the number one method that's been used to implement this design upon our people is religion. Why is that? Why didn't they use economics to attract us? Because we're not materialistic people. We're not capitalists by nature. Why did they use religion? Because by nature we are a spiritual people. By nature we are attracted to things pertaining to God. So because we're attracted to things that's pertaining to God, they use things pertaining to God to snare us and hook us and place us under arrest and incarcerate our minds till we become dysfunctional and powerless. Brothers and sisters, when it comes to the liberation of the African mind from European concepts, whose concepts? Let me do something here. Do you honestly think that there is a need for the European mind to be delivered or liberated from European concepts? Let me hear what do you think about that? Or in case you're not clear, let me help you. Nothing is as backwards as to have an African brain with a European philosophy in it. Everybody knows who they are but us. Everybody on this planet. Everybody on this planet has cultural pride but us. Y'all follow what I'm saying? We must examine and then re-examine again and again and again those agencies that have Europeanized our thinking until we are truly disconnected from the tentacles of their grasp. Imagine a giant octopus, okay, and you're fighting just one of the tentacles. Just one of the tentacles, you're fighting it, and you got a hold on that one tentacle, and you think you're winning. When you got 7 other tentacles that's wrapping you up and locking you up and making you immobile, you got to learn how to see the big picture here. The ecumenical councils were legally convened assemblies of ecclesiastical dignitaries. What kind of dignitaries did I just say? When I say ecclesiasticals, family, I mean church dignitaries. Okay? And let me add this, so-called theological experts. For the purpose, it was convened for the purpose of discussing and regulating matters of church doctrine and discipline. Now, some deep stuff here, because these council meetings actually created what's called authoritative decrees. I mean, they actually passed so-called laws as to what is and what is not, what you are allowed to think and what you better not say. Let's look at this. The Council of Nicaea. 3 things I want to cover here today about that council. The cause of the council. Why was there a need to convene this council in the first place? Let's understand that. What was the decree that came out of the Council of Nicaea? And what was the outcome of the council itself? All right, let's look closely at this. What caused the council meeting at Nicaea? Well, to understand that, we have to go back to the first European pharaoh in history. His name was Ptolemy the First Soter. I told you I was going to present some archaeological evidence. This is what you mean. This is what I mean when I say evidence that demands a verdict. This is not somebody that we just made up. Here's a coin that dates back to this man's administration. The first European pharaoh. He was the beginning of what is called the Ptolemaic dynasties of ancient Egypt. I take that back. There's no such thing as an ancient white person. Did y'all hear what I said? They've been around long enough to refer to them as ancient. Okay, so if they're doing anything, it's recent. It's Johnny come late. Here you have this man, Ptolemy the First, also known as Soter. Now, write down the word Soter, S-O-T-E-R. Write that down. You can see the years of his life, 367 to 283 BCE, approximately in them. Whenever you see CA before dates, that means circa, means approximate. Did you write down S-O-T-E-R? Now, after that, write in parentheses, just make parentheses, but you're going to continue the word. I-O-L-O-G-Y. Where does it spell? Soteriology. Exactly. Who knows what soteriology is? The doctrine or the study of salvation. Right. You know why? Because the word soter means savior. You need to understand the historicity here. This man, when he became Pharaoh in Egypt, he wanted the Egyptians to consecrate him as a god. Why? Not capital G-O-D, small G-O-D. Why was that? Because all of the pharaohs of Egypt were called gods with a small G. That's why they said Asa-Ra, a son of God. Every pharaoh was considered a god. Now, this European pharaoh comes in and he wants them to make him a god. But the Egyptians did not do that. The Egyptians said, no, you don't belong here in the first place. The only reason why you're on the throne is because it was taken by military force under Alexander the Great. Not Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great. Wasn't nothing great about him. Y'all following what I'm saying? Ptolemy the First, Soter, was a good friend of Alexander. And that's how he ended up becoming the first European pharaoh of Kemet. Check out his boldness. He took upon himself the name Meriamun Satepenra. Sound familiar? Ursama'at-Ra Satepenra Rametsu Meriamun. Mary means beloved or loved. Amen is God. So Meriamun means beloved or loved of God. Satepenra means chosen by God. He wasn't given this name. He took it upon himself. Well, he insisted that they make an image in his honor. Oh, shucks now. The Egyptians didn't want to do that, so he started putting them to death. So he found a group of sellout Egyptians, Melkite, Coptic Egyptians in the city of Menepha, which is known today as Memphis. The priest at Memphis, which was also the capital back then, the priest at Memphis said, we'll consecrate you to the priesthood. Why did they sell out? Right, to save their behind. Exactly. Guess what? It still goes on today. So they sold out and they consecrated him to the office of Pharaoh, and they made an image. They made an image in honor of him, and this image is called Serapis. Y'all following me? Y'all sure? So you got to understand this. You can't share this with nobody else if you don't understand it. The worship of Serapis. You see, this dude, Ptolemy the First, there it is. That's Serapis. The Egyptian version of Serapis, dating back to approximately 350 BCE. This is the image that they made in honor of Ptolemy the First Soter. All right. Okay? What is Serapis? They took the name Osiris and combined it with the word Apis, which means the bull. Osiris. It became Serapis. Now here's the deep thing about it. Ptolemy the First tried to incorporate the religion of the Greeks into Egypt by creating the worship of a new god. And this was that god in honor of him called Serapis. Now, it was really a composite deity, as you see here. Again, as I said, made up. It looked kind of dumb, don't it? But hey, you know, the Egyptians had to give him something to appease him. Okay? And as you see here, over here is the Greco-Roman version of Serapis, the painting. How do you know that's Serapis? By the cup on top of his head. Y'all see it? Now, what year are we talking here? Greco-Roman, 135 BCE. So this can't be Jesus. If he had existed, it can't be Jesus. You follow what I'm saying? This is the image that the Greeks made the Africans worship. Yeah, buddy. In fact, to show you how deep this goes, there was a correspondence from Emperor Hadrian referring to the Alexandrian worshippers. Where's Alexandria? Come on, talk to me. Where's Alexandria? In Egypt, Africa, right? Yes. The Alexandrian worshippers of Serapis calling themselves what? The bishops of Christ. Now that's deep. There was no Jesus. There was no Jesus. But yet these people refer to themselves as the bishops of Christ. And here's what he says. Egypt, which you commended to me, my dearest Servianus, I have found to be wholly fickle and inconsistent. Putting down Egypt, okay. I can deal with that. And continually wafted about by every breath of fame, the worshippers of Serapis here are called what? Wait a minute. The worshippers of Serapis are called Christians. And those who are devoted to the god Serapis, I find, call themselves the bishops of Christ. Don't take my word for it, family. Go verify it. Just type this in right here on the internet. This whole thing will come up. Now, what does that mean? That means, brothers and sisters, that in Africa, this image of Serapis that goes all the way back to 350 BCE had become the object of worship. Y'all follow me? This was by command. Arius. Everybody say a brother called Arius. A brother called Arius. He had a problem with it. And he made some noise about it. They say this, and I wonder how true it is. The only thing necessary for falsehood or evil to triumph is for good men or women to remain silent. Follow what I'm saying? Falsehood was on the loose. A black man named Arius from Libya came forth and said, enough is enough. He began to explain to them, and you all see what years he lived here, 256 to 336 AD. So guess what? We're talking about the time of the Council of Nicaea, 325 AD. Needless to say. Okay? I wonder, did he die or was he killed? Arius. Yeah, buddy. Arius lived at a time when the church was divided because of the Christological dispute which he was instrumental in starting. He taught that, and everybody write this down, Christus, C-H-R-I-S-T-U-S. Christus. Christus was also the nickname for Serapis. What word do you see there? Christ, exactly. Not a Jesus, Serapis. And guess what, y'all? This was deep. This marble image right here, this is the newfangled version of Serapis. Okay, and they've used this bearded figure. This is now the image that they use for Jesus today. Okay, because Serapis, I do in a few minutes show you the comparison. This marble bust of Serapis, which is in where? London Museum. Right now, as I'm talking to you, that's in the London Museum. You were there? Did you see it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is in the London Museum. Why haven't we been taught this? Why, y'all who grew up in the church all your life, why weren't you taught this? Why were not taught it? You can't teach it. Because it will cause the Christian church to shut down. Arius was making noise, man. He was telling everybody, this deity that y'all are worshiping is not deity. He was made by people's hands. Go back here. Look at that. He was made, he was formed out of metal. How do you tell a people who have been worshiping Serapis for over 2.5 centuries that what they've been worshiping ain't real? How do you do that? Arius was causing such a problem because people started listening to him. And they started doing their research and finding out the man was telling the truth. We're worshiping an image that was made in honor of Ptolemy the First. And the Son of God, which this is called the Son of God, same as with Jesus. The Europeans took the S-U-N, talk to me black people, and made it the S-O-N. Why do you think every picture you see of Jesus, the sun is behind his head? We weren't taught to call it, we were taught to call it a halo. I dare you to go down here to the Catholic Cathedral on Lindell, is it? All you gotta do is walk in there and walk up to the altar and you see exactly what I'm talking about. They got this big pearly white Jesus on the cross with the sun behind his head, meaning he is a Sa-Ra, a son of Ra. And Ra was called, or God was called Ra in ancient Egypt. Are y'all following what I'm saying? Arius came along and he began to mess up everybody's program. He started telling people, y'all are believing in a statue. And guess what, y'all? Some of y'all do too. Some of y'all got the statue, little tiny one hanging around your neck. Yes, you do. And I mean, I have to put it out again. Why do you keep celebrating that? Why do you keep celebrating death? If you're going to celebrate something, celebrate life. Why is it that nobody yet? I should patent this thing and make some money. Just so I can pay some bills. I should patent this thing. I should actually patent, and I'm giving somebody a secret to become a millionaire now. Okay, go out here and patent, and don't forget me when you do now, all right? Go out here and patent an empty tomb. Next Sunday, that's what everybody's supposed to be celebrating. The resurrection. Why ain't nobody wearing empty tombs around their neck? They're still wearing the cross with him on it. He's still dead. Y'all follow what I'm saying, people? Caused such a problem for the clergy coalition of his day. He caused such a problem for the ministers' union of his day. He caused such a problem for the ecclesiastical dignitaries of his day that they had, really, people were starting to leave their churches and going to listen to Arius. So what happened, for the sake of stability in the Roman Empire, Constantine called a council and summoned all the bishops of the Roman Catholic Church to this council meeting. It was called the Nicene Council. And in this council, the first order of business was to discredit and silence Arius. We got to stop this man. Yes, black man from Libya. We got to stop him. He's telling the truth. But we don't need for the people to know that. Y'all hearing me? So they convened a council meeting and they came up with a creed. Now mind you, when this council meeting was called, there was no Jesus. This is who existed. Serapis. Y'all following what I'm saying? Are you clear? Don't take my word for it. Invalidate what I'm saying. Prove me wrong. Go find a coin or a statue of Jesus somewhere. You won't find one, brothers and sisters. Nobody, Origin, none of the historians of the 1st, 2nd, 3rd century said anything about somebody called Jesus. Listen, bro. Listen, Lord. Listen what I'm saying. If there was somebody who really turned water into wine, they'd have statues of him everywhere. If somebody really took 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread and fed 5,000 people, they'd have statues and monuments of him everywhere. If somebody had really walked the water, that'd been it, man. That'd been it. Did y'all see what that brother did, man? Y'all follow what I'm saying? They would be drawings and everything of it. Not one iota of evidence anywhere on this planet. So what they had to do was they had to take this image right here, the Serapis image, and make it Jesus. At the Nicene Council, y'all all right? All right. You sure? All right. At the Nicene Council lasted for 2 months and 12 days. 2 months months and 12 days of deliberation as to what to do with Arius, and also to pass a law that people can't kneel down and pray at this time. They got to stand up and pray, and also to pass a law that this is going to be the day that everybody celebrates Easter. Okay? Now, even though this pagan practice of Easter had existed for thousands of years, nobody had actually decided what day it was going to happen on. Till the Nicene Council. 318 bishops were present. Pope Sylvester, everybody say Pope Sylvester. Another sellout preacher. Pope Sylvester. Constantine went to Pope Sylvester and said, now listen, I'm making you the first pope. Black man, right? I'm making you the first pope, Sylvester. Okay? But now here's what I want done. And as long as you follow my orders, you'll be a rich pope. You ain't nothing to worry about. Pope Sylvester was Emperor Constantine's puppet and was used to proclaim his wishes. To this council we owe the Creed of Nicaea, defining against Arius. This is some deep stuff. They actually convened a council meeting and came up with a creed just to discredit Arius. The Nicene Creed, which became the statement of the Christian faith, was written and decreed and canonized by 318 Roman Catholic bishops of the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. Let's check it out. Let's read it together. What does it say? Can everybody see it? Let's read it. We believe in one God the Father, all-powerful, maker of all things, both seen and unseen. Stop right there. Okay? Not a problem. Now they begin to address the issue. You notice how they had to open it up? They had to open it in a statement that is unanimously agreed upon with everybody. Arius didn't have no problem with that statement. In fact, that was Arius' argument. There ain't but one God. He ain't got no son. That was Arius' argument. See what I'm saying? Okay? The son, the one y'all calling the son is the S-U-N. That was Arius' argument. But now they begin to address Arius' heresy, as they call it. Now, actually, the man was telling the truth. And by the way, y'all, Arius historically existed. He really existed, okay? He was telling the truth. But that's the problem. The establishment couldn't handle the truth and not remain in power. And remain in power. Now let's look at the next thing now they begin to address. And in what? One Lord Jesus Christ, the Son of God, the only begotten from the Father. Why did they have to say that? Because they wanted you to know. See that statue that they made, that wasn't begotten from the Father. That was made by people. The Serapis image, that was made in a furnace, shaped and molded by the hands of craftsmen. Okay? So they had to come up with a creed to knock all that out. Begotten from the Father. That is from the substance of the Father. Y'all see this? I mean, all you have to do is read this about 3 or 4 times and you'll see how asinine it is. I mean, really, just read it several times and you'll see, why did they have to keep saying that? Why did they have to say that again? I mean, what are they trying to say? You follow what I'm saying? Begotten from the Father, that is from the substance of the Father. Check this out. God from God. Light from light. True God from true God. Now, you just said God from God. So why you have to turn around and say true God from true God? Begotten, not made. Y'all see it? That's already said up here twice. Begotten from the Father. Only begotten from the Father, they got to say it again, begotten, not made. They're specifically addressing the statements that was made by Arius. Now, that's some deep stuff. They actually created a creed based on what Arius said that Catholics everywhere now have to recite every day. Consubstantial with the Father, through whom all things came to be, both those in heaven and those in earth, and for us humans and for our salvation. He came down and became incarnate, became human, suffered and rose up on the third day, went up into the heavens, and is coming to judge the living and the dead, and in the Holy Spirit. Now, why did they have to say all this? Think, people. If it really happened, you ain't got to go through all this. Now it gets real deep, because now they in the part 2 of this, they actually talk against Arius' words. And those who say, meaning Arius, there was once when he was not. See, that's what Arius said. Arius said, I remember the day when there was no Serapis image, when blacks were on the throne. Okay, Serapis didn't always exist. Serapis came into existence since you white folk got in here in Egypt. That's what he's saying. So the Roman Catholic Council said, and anybody who says that there was once when he was not, and before he was begotten he was not, and that he came to be from things that were not, or from another hypostasis or substance, affirming that the Son of God is subject to change or alteration. These, the Catholic and Apostolic Church, what y'all, anathematizes. Look at the person that you say, there's that control mechanism again. They had to put this creed together because of what was happening with people's eyes coming open. Well, it's deep because there was a lot of confusion, a lot of discussion. People said, now that don't make no sense, but what Arius is saying does kind of make sense. So, since they were going through all this, Emperor Constantine stepped into the room. And he said, all right, I'm ordering y'all to decree that the Serapis image is Jesus Christ. And that Jesus Christ is everything that was just said. And then he ordered all books to be burned. Why? You gotta get rid of the evidence. See, y'all, that's why I encourage y'all, go to Kemet while you can. Go to Kemet while you can. Get the evidence while you can. Because in any argument of apologetics, that means proving your point, the rule is no evidence, no argument. Huh? Sure did. That's what the guy in Egypt said to us. Sure said it, brother. I forgot all about that. No evidence, no argument. And that's why they are whitewashing Kemet now. I should say Arab washing Kemet now. They're slowly but surely removing all of the black presence out of Egypt and replacing it with an Arab presence so that they can tell the world that they did all of this. When Constantine came in and made his ruling, all of the brothers who were behind Arius' dad, all of the brothers who stood with Arius, punked out. Punked out, man. We don't want no trouble. Arius, I know you telling the truth, but man, shoot, we got to eat, man. I got to pay for that Lexus, man. You know, that chariot of gold that I'm riding out there, brother, and them horses that pulling that thing, man, it costs money. So Arius Max, I'm sorry, brother. You know, you my man. You know, we here. But I got to sidestep you on this one. Nobody stands up against the Emperor Constantine. And all the brothers who came to him to Nicaea with him forsook him. That's why y'all, you know, history tells me. You know, you got folk, I appreciate, I love it when y'all say, I'm with you. Y'all know how much I done heard that? And folks who said it ain't here. I mean, I love to hear it, don't get me wrong. But I ain't resting on that. It's not your strength I'm standing on, man. I'm standing on the fact that God gave me this assignment. That's who my strength is. You follow what I'm saying? To awaken our people. I want some of y'all to promise to be with me, man, when the stuff hit the fan. You know, I look around and you ain't there, 'cause I'm gonna shoot you if you ain't. I say, man, I got out here because I thought y'all was with me. Don't take that serious, okay? I don't know about get that out of. I ain't gonna shoot nobody unless I have to. That is. Yeah, buddy. Those who followed the brother abandoned him except two, and they were exiled under the order of Emperor Constantine. And as you saw, he died 11 years later. So, what was the outcome of the Nicene Council? A lie was put in place under a European pharaoh. A brother who was born a couple of centuries after the lie got put in place rose up to speak the truth. And what did the powers that be do to the brother? Shut him down, exiled him, and threatened him under the order of death to keep his mouth shut. All of the books that he wrote, all of the lectures that he had done, that's why I got my hard drive backed up many times over in many different places. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Okay? Gotta do it, man. Too much work went into all this research. You know, the order was to burn all of his literature. Burn it. Get rid of it. You know? So the outcome of the Council of Nicaea was the transformation of Serapis Christus, which means Christ the Savior. Y'all see it? Serapis, Soter, Christ the Savior became Jesus Christ by edict of Emperor Constantine in 325 AD. And I just wanted to put that up there because, see, y'all going to be looking at that all this week. Because this is the Passion Week. This is the week that they'd use to get this stuff into us, and got us walking around. The Romanized fabricated figure known as Jesus Christ became a fictionalized Soter, Savior of the world. And just as I close now, and just as with Brother Arius, anyone, who'd I say? Anyone who tries to reveal the truth about the lie that Rome has perpetrated upon the world, especially Africans, they become the victims of severe anathematization. So, understand that, brothers and sisters. Officers, understand that. Young people, people, young brother, like the question is, understand what lies ahead, man. African family, liberators, revolutionaries, understand what lies ahead. Walk together, children. Don't you ever get weary. Walk together, pray together, sing together, shout together. Don't ever get weary. Hold up your head, because the ancestors, good God Almighty, got a great camp meeting going on in the promised land. The ancestors are excited, Brady, because we, their great-great-great-grandchildren, are taking up the mantle of their life, their deeds, their legacy, their contribution, and saying, we're going to do like Brother Arius and cry out against this deception that keeps the minds of our people under arrest. Y'all hear what I'm saying? We sing in the song, they'll be coming from the north, south, east, and west. Good Lord have mercy, to stand by our side. So don't be afraid. You know, there's a biblical story about a young man and his mentor going to war, and all the armies of the enemy were all around the hilltops and the mountains, and the young brother who didn't have much experience in spiritual warfare got scared and said to his teacher, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die. And Elijah, in the text, who had much more experience in spiritual warfare, said, God help this young man, open his eyes and help him to understand that they that be with us are more than those who are against us. Brothers and sisters, there ain't enough opposition out here to outnumber our ancestors. Y'all hear what I'm saying? African ancestors. That's why we say it every time we come together. Oh, ancestors, stand with us. Protect us and guide us and teach us. Protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, oh African ancestors, and let our enemies be scattered. Then we say, and give us the wisdom and the boldness to deal with our oppressors and those who would hinder the liberation and empowerment of our people. Rise up, oh African ancestors, and live in us. Ooh, buddy. And if you do that, we will not fail to honor you. We will not fail to respect you. We will not fail to hear you. And we will not sell out and betray you. Ashe. It is so.
Yes, we're going to take some calls. Because we don't have to say nothing after Reagan start. In making point. So we're going to take some calls. Yes, Ian.
Ian Muta.
Yes, sir.
Go on.
Cutting edge.
No, it's the cutting edge go on. I mean differently.
Well,
a long time I don't hear from you.
A long time you not call.
You know who?
Yeah, man. Let me know who, man. But you say a long time you don't hear from you. I'm on the radio every Wednesday and Thursday.
You know the radio was there. Lally Bell, I'm here.
Yeah, well, you never hear me last week.
Yeah, man.
They know you say a long time.
You like me to call a phone type of...
You mean a long time you don't call me, but don't say a long time you don't hear me.
Where I go on now?
Cutting edge, I go on.
Me used to cut that go on, man. But here what me I know motor. All the come and get lost in the thing I know, man.
Which one?
Andrew Wellness.
Andrew Wellness, glass in our.
Now the country, man, you see, not even come like country of a prime minister, right? What the country I run, I don't see nothing positive about it. Man, last night business.
Okay.
So, for me, I say, I know, all the thing I know most of the weed thing where it go on with them lockdown for a while, you know. I remember say some weed, medical ganja weed things.
Yeah, them I work on it still.
No man, them can't work on it.
Okay.
Me have to deal with it most. I'm going to get some work up at town.
Oh, you?
Yes, man.
So when you say them can't deal with me, I know say them can't deal with me, I know all this me talking and talk about people.
No. But the art of the game now, more so the country, them not to work. Them are people, they run the thing, and that's the problem. That's why the thing can't move.
Okay.
And them can't move it, you know.
Okay.
If them could have moved it, them would have moved it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Country, them a work round them.
So you alone can't move it then?
Yeah, man, if me not move it, can't.
If you move it, it can't move.
It can't.
Okay, sir.
So I deal with differently, maybe.
No, don't ask me that again, man. No, ask me that again. I can't tell you I deal with it differently.
Glad me hear from him.
All right, sir. Give thanks for call.
I'm a strength, you know.
Yeah.
And Cabo.
All right, sir. Give thanks. Well, last you call Cabo.
Call her about... I call her about 3 weeks ago. I come and watch you for the market job. I want to spend some time with her.
You want to spend some time with Cabo?
Yeah, man.
Okay, sir.
I'm bag already.
You have a bag?
Bag.
All right, sir. Give thanks. Yeah?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, blessed. Yes, yeah.
Iel Muta.
Blessed Mandingo.
Yeah, man. Yes, yeah. Me not hear the reasoning about dub music within reggae and so on, you know. And
okay, yeah.
Just yes, and you know, because dub music as part of reggae music is something I love from the 60s when it come out, and I want to pay tribute to my brethren Slide Down Bar, the master drummer, you know, genius drummer who involved in the production of dub music in the 70s, a Channel 1 studio, and the Channel 1 engineers them like Ernest, Barnabas, Squinjin, Maxi, Soji, and Bonnie Tam Tam, and Rona King Tubbies, Philip Smart, and from in the 60s, Linford Anderson, Sylvan Morris from Studio 1, with drum and bass with Sata Masagana 1969 at Studio 1 as the first in terms of the drum and bass thing, and Lee Scratch Perry and Linford Anderson. Leroy
siblings play that, man.
Leroy play bass.
Yeah, but choose a drum and bass.
Engineer.
Okay.
Sylvan Morris. Yeah, man. Leroy, I'm a brethren. And I want to big up Leroy who go work a groove in another park. In a New York Sunday, Ray Wilkins Park, you know, Leroy.
We did the last week.
Okay.
Yeah, man, we did at the park with Sister Carol and Glenn Washington and Kimani Marley last week.
Seen, you know, happy up Leroy Sibyls. Yes, man, and again, brethren, Slide Down Bar and Answer Collins and thing, you know.
Yeah,
and then we are there. And yes, I like to talk to with Ray again. Yes, as usual, because these things have to be repeated regularly.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Can't play now and then. And for some people who might say, then why is Motor playing these tapes over and over again? Well, you see that for people that if they really were to think, they would realize the stupidity of that kind of question. Because like you go to school, you have to repeat the lesson.
Yeah, of course, until you learn.
You know, you don't stop teach that 1 + 1. equal to.
Yeah.
You have to keep repeating. So this is how. So, you know, the lessons have to be repeated.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes people forget, no matter what you know a thing, you leave it for a while, you will forget. So you need a refresher. You know what I mean?
Some people never did hear it the first time when it did play.
And those people never did hear it too. Exactly. Because as much as one would think, well, if you really think about it, you know that everybody don't listen to the same thing at the same time. You know? So you're always having someone who them just hearing it, even though the thing been played or repeated for years, you know what I mean? And this is why you have to just keep on with that constant work. And I hope you get time to play that Castro Brown interview when we send you from the other day still.
I see it. Well, my phone can't download WhatsApp, you know.
No, that's why I sent it to you on email. You say I must email it to you. And I emailed it to you about 2-3 weeks ago. I emailed
you serious?
it.
One name the on the email. One name the on the email.
No, the email is coming from Mandingo, man.
Okay, all right.
You see that, man? Yeah, man. Me email it to you, man. See?
All right. I'll look for you.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, push come to shove, me I go email it either later again today or tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Man. If you say email, I'm going to look for it. I don't chew me.
Yeah, man, email it, man. Yeah, man. It there. I want Yellow Blacks to come here now. We're brethren from Kingston Technical and from Denham and thing. Yes, and Trenchtown and Courtney Ladley from Kingston Technical. Yes, and Anzo Curry and Stocky Smith from Franklin Town, you know.
All right.
And thing. Them man, they always listen to the show, you know, and all of the St. John's Road, Spanish Town people and Eva Wildman Street and Marcia Estates and Cecil Matthews in Rochester, upstate New York. Cause cutting edge at the edge, you know. Cause you're the virgin I said to you, Wagwan, and you have to say to him cutting edge. Why is it that so much people some of the people them phone and talk about Wagwan?
Wagwan different. But you must say Wagwan differently. You want to know my business, you know Wagwan differently.
Exactly, why you know your business, and you know say we as technical people, we don't allow people to dip in our business.
No.
He come in like a some spinach business.
I just cutting edge.
We have one differently. We not depend that. We move one away. Yes, we not gay. All right, straight up with the word.
Give thanks, brethren.
Give thanks, yes.
Yeah,
that's it. Yes, sir.
Well, ask you a question. I hear on the radio Sunday. Yeah, I hear?
Yeah, man, I hear you, man.
Yeah, Bongo Jerry was making a statement that Haile Selassie is a politician. I was wondering if he's right.
If Haile Selassie is a politician?
Yes.
In a whole heap of ways, I say he's a politician, yes? He is an emperor, he is a politician, he is all sort of thing, but I would not say he is a politician. What happened?
In what regard you would say he's a politician?
Well, he run the country, political affairs of the country.
Okay.
He run the political affairs of the country, so I would not say he's a politician.
Oh, so in his monarchy reign, politics is in that setting, in that aspect?
The monarchy is political, of course.
It's political.
Just like, yeah, man, they don't think say the King of England, the Queen of England, in the reign of the state. Because the state here must have politics involved in it.
Oh.
So why you say, why you ask? Why you ask?
Because this Virginia name Tickler is so profound in what he's in his speech at all times, and he was denying that Haile Selassie is not a politician. But the conversation never gets to go on because the time was limited, you know? Yeah.
Well, you know,
are too
Some
powerful.
people don't watch out. People don't like. Some people don't like use the word politics. You know, the word politics kind of have a certain connotation about it, where people don't really want to say politician, just like how people say religion. You know, like how people don't say them religious. You understand? But in the essence of the word politics, the government come to power through political means. The monarchy is political. It come, you know, I say come to power in Ethiopia through political means. You know, Upper man might not want to use the word.
Yeah, because Bongo make up a very powerful statement when he say Haile Selassie confront the League of Nations politically.
They're not politically that man. Go League of Nations, go talk to them about the rights and people them.
Yes.
You struck the match in Ethiopia, it shall burn Europe.
Right.
Yeah.
So I understand over where Bongo talk about, you know, when it comes to politics, Rasta afraid of politics, and they love Marcus so much. And
well, it's because the word is a word people don't want to hear. It's a word. You know, you don't want to say the word.
I could it only be also the political leader them we then used to.
Yeah, but Marcus Garvey formed the first political party in Jamaica.
See him.
You never know that? You never know that?
You know that, but me always the one that say, why Rasta? Always just...
Because we live in our society. I can tell you why. Because we live in our society. When we look on the people them who say it's politics, them are dealing with politics. We say them are robbers, liars, and thieves. So nobody don't want to associate themselves with certain words. Like religion. I mean, can't look at me and say I'm religious, you know. Because I have no semblance of religion in me at all. But people say Rastafari is a religious group. I don't know no Rasta out there. Well, you have Rasta out there we say it still, but most Rasta where I know, I can tell you, say, boy, Rasta is not a religion. It's a way of life for a whole heap of people in Jamaica. But based upon our religion means, say, religion is when you have a deity as the center of the group, you know, so, you know, so people don't like use certain words because of where, in the environment where them grow up in, them see the people them who say them is politician, when them do, so them don't want to associate with that. You know, so it's just that. It's just that. No, so we take glad it say. We take glad it say. We take glad say.
He was denying it that Haile Selassie is not a politician. But the conversation never really he was about to explain it, you know, but he never gets to go through. And I did something was so important where we don't really want to hear.
Okay.
But, you know, for powerful fire like them, they are really, you know?
Yeah.
A reason for that topic there.
Yeah. Well, that's Haile Selassie. Haile Selassie is political. It's very political. And most of the move them will make is political because I'm run the state. It's the emperor run the state. And if you run the state, you must have a political agenda. And if you have a political agenda who work in the confines of politics, you're a politician.
Concerning the political affair. In his reign, he was the only minister where deal with everything in our ministry.
He never deal with everything in our ministry. He did have ministers, you know. He did designate ministers. But he did hold on for a certain ministry. Him not every ministry. No. He never have every ministry. Not him one of the autocrat where just him one rule the whole thing. He did have ministers.
Yeah.
He did have ministers. But in terms of education, that is the one where him say, boy, all right, him going to build universities and schools and bring Ethiopia in the modern period, in the modern time. So, you know, him have ministers, him have a whole heap of ministers, man.
So, which other minister you would have otherwise from?
All the ministers that were here in Jamaica have, man. Minister of this, minister of that, minister for that, minister for water, minister for agriculture, minister for all of them something there. Yeah. All right?
I live.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Rastafari.
Yes. This is the cutting edge. Me could go back to Salib Kate, you know. Me could go back to Salib Kate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, blessed.
Yes.
Irie. May I hear you, man?
No, just man tell me say 1 minute, never realize I'm going to do now.
1 minute for your phone?
I have to go, I have to go put on some call about.
Yeah, well, I take care of you don't want to talk something important like your click.
Alright, I'll start to put me on back then. You'll see some right away.
Alright, blessed.
Yeah.
Tell if you now move to that music, you're dead. Believe you me. Yes, Ill.
Ill.
Blessed man.
Yeah, Muta. Blessed.
Ali.
I'm going to ask you a question. As a bookman.
You are the bookman?
No, you are the man that read the book.
Oh.
You never hear about a book named Truth is the Truth, nothing but the living truth.
Truth is the truth and the living truth?
Truth is the truth, nothing but the living truth.
No, I never hear about it.
Oh.
What kind of book it? What kind of book that?
You know it's a book there. They did have a book there one at a time.
And what happened? Somebody
Yeah,
thief it?
Yeah.
So what the book I deal with?
The book I deal with enough things still. The book I tell about real life and enough little things still.
No, like tell me one of the things that we're talking about. In depth. Tell me one of the things that.
Alright, well, the most thing that they talk about, they tell about, like, this a Bible they tell about white God. About they tell about black.
So black which book tell you about white God?
This a Bible where the man tell about white Jesus and really.
Which part of the book tell you about white God? Tell me. Which part of the Bible tell you about white God?
No, they tell us that this a book that mostly built up.
No, hold on now, I may ask you, which part in this Bible I tell you about white God?
Really, white God, they tell about Jesus.
Alright, so which part of this book here, the Bible tell us white Jesus?
No part in the book.
No, tell me one part in the book will tell you about Jesus white. Which part of the Bible tell us Jesus white?
Build up a white God.
No, you read the Bible?
I don't really read the Bible.
Then you know say the Bible tell you say Jesus white and you never read the Bible. Hello?
I tell you say, like it build up a fight. Build up a white story.
It build up a white story.
Yeah, but I really tell about this Bible. I tell about the book.
No, what me talk about King, you said this Bible tell you about a white God. And me did I ask you know which part of the Bible tell you about a white God.
Oh, but I say.
But you say you don't read it, so you can't talk about it. You don't read it. So tell me about the one where you read now. What is about the one where you read?
I say they tell about black people.
Okay.
Black people, they build up and they tell us that, like, they make you know say, the devil are white people.
The devil are white people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see it. I don't want to go down too deep in our book. Why
you don't want to go down deep in it? Go on deep in it, man. You have the time, man. Go deep in it, man.
Eh?
Go deep in it, man. You have the time.
How me could I get to talk to you differently?
About what?
But they said book, man.
So why you don't want to talk about it, you know?
Huh?
So why you don't want to talk about it on the radio?
Because we go through some holy part things still, isn't it? I don't really want to push out no holy part information. I don't want to talk to you after years.
It's a secret book?
Yeah.
Then all you ask if me have it? Or you get it? Or you get it?
I don't ask if you have it. I ask if you hear about it.
Alright, so how you hear about it?
Eh?
How you hear about it?
Most of what you know. I tell us that. I like me a reason.
No, wait no man, yeah, but when me done reason with just about them, I don't want you come after you come and reason with about it. I ask you how you hear about that book. Okay, I'm hang up. Alright. I could go back to my music when I play. The man cut my music, Rasta. Yeah.
Hello, Muta. How are you doing?
Alright.
Yes, I'm an avid listener. I always hear talk about Africa, and I went the other day for the first time.
You go Africa the other day? Which part of Africa?
Yes. Ghana, Accra, Kumasi, Techiman.
Oh, you go Ghana? All of them places in Ghana?
Yes.
Kumasi, Accra.
Yes.
So what you went there for? What you went there to do?
Just visit, learn the culture, learn
the
people. Yeah.
So what do you think about it?
Love it. It reminds me of Jamaica, just a bigger Jamaica.
So you see, I don't lie, we are talking about Africa, though.
Yeah. No, it reminds me very much of Jamaica, but it's just a bigger place.
Yeah, bigger place and more quiet at all.
Yeah, like, definitely we feel safer there versus, like, in Jamaica. Yeah, but I loved it and it was a good experience.
And I can bet you when you go down there, you think for me, I say, boy, this Muta did that talk about.
Yeah. I plan to go back again sometime soon, hopefully.
Of course. So you get to go down there? What? You get a trip, your family? How it work?
Take a trip with a group.
Okay, all right.
People. Yeah.
From Jamaica? The trip come from Jamaica?
No, it comes from
New York.
I think, out of Atlanta.
Yeah. I know them. Yeah, I know them. They might be every year.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Yes.
You have 50 odd more to go. You have 50 odd more states to go.
Yeah, so next time I plan for Nigeria.
All right.
So around December that time, yes.
Yes. All right. Nice to hear, man. Nice to hear. Give thanks.
Yes.
I'm glad to you catch me upon the last lap because I never usually take call so near to 2 o'clock. Okay, she get locked off. All right. Okay, we're not doing more call. I don't know the program, you know. Because the man come in program with him sidekick. Sidekick. Taller than him too, you know. Him too short and him too tall, you know what I mean?
You say, sidekick.
Yeah, him sidekick. See there? Matrix a kick him. Tunes a sidekick. I go and tell the man wife, you know, she come here from box, you know. Anyway, give thanks. Give thanks to the moment. You know, say, the man, everybody make me stop me song, you know. Yes, give thanks to the moment, give thanks to the time and the energy. As we say, give thanks to the moment, give thanks to the time and the energy. Give thanks to the operator over there, Shavane. How you do, mama? It's Sanjay. Sanjay, she name? She gone. Yes.
Santos.
No Santos, man. What are you dealing with? What man are dealing with, Rasta? Santos is Spanish name, man. She don't name no Santos, Rasta. Give thanks, me hungry, who keep me. No, me no eat belly full, you know. How you about belly full about? How about this man, you Rasta? Yeah, echo man. Yeah, what? Yeah, parrot or something. But never say nothing about belly full, that we are listen to. Yeah, man, as we say, we are there forward. 2 to 5:45. The art of war. You know, say, we are fight a war upon the radio, you know. Yes, we are fight a war upon the radio, and we are using microphone for push out the vibration out there, to make the people them stand up for them rights. Make them stand up for them rights and know, say, right now, it's not easy out there. It's not easy. You understand? Only for talking for the people who are supposed to be doing things. And me alone supposed to talk. And people who have microphone in front of them. We have the license to talk on the radio through the microphone. Those people was not employed to talk. You understand? You have to leave the talking to people who was employed to talk. Because if I don't come on the radio and talk on this program, people are going to say, I want to Muta. Even if them never fire me, I'm going to say them fire Muta, you know. And even if it's not because, even if it's not with them one thing, they must say, yeah, man, I know them not going to fire him from long time, you know. Because you hear him that on the radio and all that thing, you understand? Yeah, people think that way there, you know. Them know say me go away all the while, you know, but make one day me don't say nothing. I'm not there on the radio. The Muta radio, tell me something. When Muta, nobody tell them nothing. Them say, them fire him for true. You know why them fire him? Them tired of him, they talk too much. politics, you don't think it's easy. As a whole heap of people out there will have to become after, you know. Oh gosh, man. Them used to bother Mr. Young, it's a man. Them used to bother